was just a canary kept by a wealthy man. But one day, he suddenly went bankrupt. He became so overwhelmed that he went up to the rooftop, as if he was about to make a terrible decision. I, of course, wanted to leave immediately. While I was packing, a line of comments suddenly appeared before my eyes. "Run now! Even 2 steps earlier is still good. If you don't escape now, once he rises again, you'll be the first person he'll take revenge on." That scene was terrifying just thinking about it. So, instead of running away, I rushed up to the rooftop and grabbed his leg, crying, "Honey, don't do anything reckless. The limited edition bag I bought yesterday hasn't been paid off yet." The comments went crazy. "Peak level shameless. Girl, aren't you basically pushing him off with that? No wonder the male lead hates the villainess so much later." He turned around, completely stunned. "Why are you still here? I told you to leave." I clung even harder. "You promised to take care of me for life. You can't break your promise." The comments kept flying. "He's been suffering and she only cares about shopping. When he falls, the female lead will appear to save him. This is why the villainess can never win." I ignored them and tried one last time. "I can't live without you. I really can't leave you." He sighed, defeated.
"There's a bank card on the desk in the bedroom. There's 5 million in it. The password is your birthday. Take it and go. I can't afford to keep you anymore." This was the first time I heard his voice sound so helpless. Even at his lowest, he still made sure I had a way out. He really was a good person. So my voice became firm. "No. If you can't support me anymore, then I'll support you." The moment I said that, the look in his eyes changed. Complicated, emotional, and something else I couldn't name. "Today is our 5th wedding anniversary. I have prepared a gift for you." The wind on the rooftop suddenly blew strongly, causing his body to sway. After a long while, the man asked in disbelief, You really prepared a gift for me?" 5 years of marriage, the ungrateful man had given me countless gifts, but this was the first time I heard that I had prepared a gift for him. I sincerely reached out my hand to him. Yes. Can we go home?" He hesitated, and finally put his hand on mine. The comments immediately exploded. "No way! Why does the supporting female character keep taking away the female lead's role?" I didn't pay attention to the commotion of comments. I dragged the ungrateful man straight into the bedroom. But when the ungrateful man looked at the gift I took out, his expression was doubtful, and he said seriously, "It seems a bit small." Then he pretended to be miserable and said, "Size 2 plus no return. There's no other way, I'll just let you wear it." The ungrateful man was so angry that he lost his smile. He turned around without hesitation and went out to the terrace again. I didn't have time to react. The person had disappeared around the corner. I was so angry that my legs grew thick and I screamed, "Ungrateful man, you're a stingy man." The ungrateful man's magnetic voice echoed from the terrace. "The phone was always left on there. I'll take it back." Before this dress, the ungrateful man had to bear an additional 20,000 debt. To maintain his life, he could only deliver food. But no matter how busy he was, he would still come home at noon to cook for me. Looking at the man in the uniform, tired and sweating, I couldn't help but sigh. Who would have thought that 10 days ago he was still the financial tycoon with hundreds of billions of assets? The market room was cramped. The total area was not even as big as the previous deputy's bathroom. I curled up on the sofa and ate the watermelon he had cut. I glanced at the 80 million balance in the bank account on my phone. These were all the pocket money the trader had given me over the years. There were also handbags and branded jewelry that filled half the market room. At least 200 million. I looked at the trader with a bit of a wild mouse. I discovered that he had taken off his shirt at some point. The upper half of his body was covered in a pink floral apron. Broad shoulders and a slim waist, like a male demon. I kicked my feet on the tea table in excitement, digging up and shouting. The trader heard the noise and quickly ran over. The smell of the gunboat carefully massaged my feet. "You don't have to suffer with me." I will pay back all that money. You should find another way out soon. Don't waste your time on me anymore. I'm not laughing. The sad voice came. I spoke up resentfully. You haven't criticized me for being poor yet. You want to chase me away? I didn't mean that. I know, you criticize me for spending too much money, saving money, right? What did I say when I laughed at you before? I said I would support you for life. Now I want to start and then quit. I'm really ungrateful. The ungrateful person could only put his hand over my mouth to stop my words that were as sharp as a gun. I just feel that now you have to suffer with me. The house is small and damp. Eating is not good. Even fruits can only be bought at discount. I am also afraid that you should have a better and happier life than now. Normally speaking, the sponsor is bankrupt. As a Canary, I should pack up and leave. But after being together for 5 years, it is impossible to say that I have no feelings for you. At the end, Sang-shi still thought of me, leaving all the remaining money to me. So I cannot leave, nor do I want to leave. I grabbed his collar and pressed him down on the sofa. A little bit on the man's sexy, thin lips. He said he would take care of me for life. Not even a second or a minute is allowed. Ungrateful guy, you are clinging to me. The dense comments floated before my eyes again. This girl is so delicious. Quickly change me to watch. It must be said that the female supporting character and the male lead, the handsome man and the beautiful woman, are also a very good match. Don't think too much, sisters. The male lead belongs to the female lead. Being with the female sidekick won't have a good ending. And why hasn't my female lead eaten yet? Male lead, don't be fooled by this evil woman. The female lead is your period. The love story between the female lead and the male lead has been ruined. The next scene is the male lead delivering food being humiliated by the villain. The female lead will reappear there. Pretending not to see the comment, I pinched the ungrateful guy's hand and continued kissing him. The ungrateful guy's tense face turned red from his hand-on. He took the opportunity to catch his breath and quickly pushed me away, sniffling in fear. The stove is still cooking. Brother, come and see. To outsiders, he is a cold-faced man. To his wife, he turns into an innocent little girl. What kind of masterpiece is this? Actually, the male lead and this runaway lady are quite a good match. I'll also vote 1. Don't vote anymore, ladies. The female supporting character definitely cannot escape the script. Now you eat sugar, later you will have to eat knives. From the conversation of these gossips, I can be sure that this world is a novel, and I am the female supporting character and the contestant. Fate has been determined to be the catalyst for the love story of the male and female lead. How can I break this situation? Suddenly remembering the time the female lead appeared that the comet just mentioned, a plan quietly came to my mind. He worked hard delivering food from morning to night. The comet suddenly appeared. It was today. The villain knew that the male lead was delivering food. He deliberately ordered a cake on the female lead's birthday so that he could deliver it, then insulted him. My female lead is about to take action. The beauty saves the hero. I thought it was refreshing. The female lead appeared. This female supporting character and contestant are about to fall to the floor. Why do I feel a little sorry for the female supporting character? She definitely thought that the male lead loved her very much, but she didn't know that under the power of the script, all personal feelings would be erased. This day finally came. I hurriedly picked a battle bag that fit my hand, rushed straight to the biggest hotel in the city. As soon as I entered, I saw the unfaithful guy in his underwear uniform and was stopped by several youngsters.
The leader was Trong Tap Thumb, the villain in the commentary. "Hey, unfaithful guy, that year you forced me to go abroad. I didn't expect the eagle to come so quickly. You're now as miserable as a dog on the side of the road." Laughter immediately erupted around. Having been bullied by the ungrateful man for years, Trong Top Thumb was so angry that he wanted to punish the fallen man. Trong Tap Thumb, have you heard this funny story? The ungrateful man went bankrupt, but his canary still followed him. What a waste of heaven's gift! With just a few coins he earned from delivering goods, he could still support a woman. The laughter grew louder and louder, more and more deafening. Everyone saw that the ungrateful man remained silent. They continued to provoke him.
"How about this? I'll give you 1 million. Bring your little wife to my house. Just say something to make me happy, and I'll..." The ungrateful man's chest hair fluttered violently. Swinging the bucket, he knocked the man to the ground. "Do you think you're still the vice president who called for the wind and rain? Now you can't protect anyone." The ungrateful man looked at him with hatred in his eyes. "If you have any problems, just target me. If you dare to touch my property, I'll see." Moon, 18 tears signaled to the scatter. The scatter immediately understood. He took out his phone and pointed it at the ungrateful guy. Smiling sinisterly, "I don't want to make things difficult for you. As long as you kneel down and ignore me, I will spare your life." How? Using a woman to threaten the male lead? The villain still blew it up like always. It was necessary to humiliate the male lead cruelly. That way, when the female lead appeared to win the role, the male lead could fall in love with her at first sight, becoming the white moonlight in the male lead's heart. The male lead was so pitiful. Why did he have to abuse her first before giving her a piece of candy? Could it be that if he didn't do that, love wouldn't arise? Aren't all novels like this? If there's no place to be imprisoned, then where would there be a highlight? The comments started to argue. Seeing that there was finally a normal person, I breathed a sigh of relief. Having someone objected meant that change could happen. Just as the ungrateful guy was forced to kneel down by the villains, and a second before the main female character was about to stand up and take the role, I rushed forward, holding my 2 million bill, crazy and smashed into the brain and the 13th moon. "Kneel down. I am your father. Quickly, kneel down. Don't spare my husband. What can you do to me? I'm not worried about them taking revenge. They don't have the halo of the main character to protect them. They can't do anything to me." I just looked at the weld marks on the bag and then at their unharmed faces. I couldn't help but feel a little regretful. Knowing that, I would have stuffed the brick inside. He quickly pulled me behind him, throwing a kick up. They were in large numbers anyway. If I really patted them lovingly, my money-loving husband would definitely suffer. While I was thinking of a way to do stuff, a delivery car quietly glided to the hotel. The car window rolled down halfway, revealing half of his face, engulfed in the smoke of a gas pipe. He gave me a meaningful look. Trong 13's angry eyes accidentally swept past that car. I was stunned for a moment. The comments immediately boiled over. "He's here! He's here! That man! He's here! The heir to the largest financial group in Kingthon! So handsome! The tycoon of Kingthon personally came to give investment capital to Trong 13. Trong 13 was about to ascend to the crowds. This was the reason why he dared to be so arrogant. Did everyone see the eyes of the tycoon of Kingthon staring at the wife who was acting strangely? I also found it a bit strange.
Could it be that the wife who was acting strangely was the tycoon's lost little wife? I slowly turned my head, facing the man's deep black eyes. Oh no, it was Mr. Anganta. My heart was in a panic. Drag the ungrateful man away. The ungrateful man seemed to sense something. He turned his head and looked straight into young Yanzu's eyes from afar. Back home, the ungrateful man didn't ask anything. My heart was burning like fire. I didn't pay attention to the ungrateful man's abnormality. After he conveniently went out to continue delivering food, I laid down on the bed. While thinking, I heard a rustling sound at the door. I opened the bedroom door. In the living room was a group of uninvited guests. In the cramped living room, young Yanzu raised his eyes. His gaze swept through the sun-faded curtains. The simple sofa was both narrow and thin. Finally, it stopped at me. Young Yanzu said with a smile, "Not enjoying a good life at home? Running here to suffer again?" I lowered my head. I didn't suffer. The ungrateful man now delivers food to support me. He's very diligent in taking orders. Last week, he even won the Delivery King Award. I'm not bankrupt. Not bankrupt. You and your parents transfer millions to my card every month. I don't spend a penny. What? The money you gave us for safekeeping? You have to be someone's concubine. You're an adult. Don't play around anymore. Your parents told you to come and get me. I can't come home now. It's not the right time yet. How long will I have to wait? Don't bother about it. I have my own plans. The comments were filled with question marks. What was going on? The big fear of page 13 was the main lead's wife's biological brother? Yang Yanzu was so angry that he burst into laughter.
Tell him not to care. Where is it? I'll pat it and bring it to me. I lay on the back seat of the car. A vague feeling. I vaguely saw each line of comments jumping out very quickly. Impossible. Did the two of them keep missing each other? The male lead probably couldn't have imagined that his little wife would be in the mulberry tree that just passed him by. The male lead who wasn't with the female lead would be erased by the script. This hate is a bit perverse, isn't it? The script is like that. Who's with the female lead? That person is the male lead. Even so, the womanizer couldn't escape. Too bad. The male lead was hit by a truck and thrown a dozen meters away. His eyes were still looking towards the house. I tried to open my eyes. Seeing the comments flying everywhere, I was sure that I wasn't dreaming. Tears couldn't help but fall. "Brother, turn the car around. Hurry up." There was a crowd of people surrounding the roadside. My heart felt like it was being squeezed by an invisible hand. My breathing also became difficult. I followed to the ambulance. The doctor spoke while giving first aid. The patient's condition is not stable now. His family should talk to him. Tell him to try his best. I held his hand tightly. I bent down and whispered into the ungrateful man's hand, "Husband, don't die. The money from the installment purchase hasn't been paid yet. Bill just bought a beautiful new ring. Husband, I want it. Also, my dress is all dirty. Husband." The ungrateful man's heavy eyelids seemed to twitch uncontrollably. He was so angry that he woke up. "Twang." I came back. I secretly thought that Huang So being the female lead was quite good. This couple was so funny. Why did it have to be Nu Yen being the female lead? Nu Yen was the daughter of the city market, a beautiful woman. Only she invited the male lead. Our relationship is not bad either. Her house is the boss's house, so it's even more successful. Nu Yen carrying her shoes is not worthy. The comments at this time were arguing in America. After several hours of emergency care,
The ungrateful guy finally managed to keep his life. When he first woke up, the medicine still hadn't worn off. The whole person was stunned. I took out my phone and pointed it at him, gently shaking my head. Now, I nodded, then shook my head, closed my eyes, and opened my mouth. Very good. The ungrateful guy held his ID card. He slowly asked, "What is this for?" I answered casually, "Oh, I took your ID card and used some money to buy a jade pendant. Your level must be really high. You can get a lot." "Oh, as long as you diligently deliver food, at most 10 years will pay off this amount." "Okay, I will try." The toy in the young wife's hand. Did I miss any plot? The female lead also went to the hospital. Or today I only paid attention to the male lead and the young wife. I also did not pay attention to the female lead. I looked at the comments, quietly holding it. I held the cat-shaped jade pendant, turned my head and smiled at the ungrateful man. "Husband, do you think this is cute?" I had not finished speaking. The door of the hospital room was kicked open. The angry moon came in and grabbed the ungrateful man's collar. "Where is Nu Yen? Where did you hide her?" Thanks to the comment, I found out that it was on her birthday. The secretary of the evil moon was also the evil woman, saying that she was pregnant with the child of the evil moon. The evil moon remembered a night of work when she lost consciousness and immediately believed it was true. He thought he had forced the evil woman. He immediately asked the evil woman to take care of him at home. Liu Nuyen was so angry that she fainted and was taken to the hospital. At this time, she discovered that she was also pregnant. She was discouraged and lost her mind, declaring that she would have an abortion, giving up the child in her womb. After that, she and Chang Tat Sam broke off their relationship. They would never meet again in this life, and Trang Tat Sam did not know that Kang Nu-yen wanted an abortion. He thought that day they had insulted the ungrateful man. The ungrateful man held a grudge in his heart, so he kidnapped Liu Nu-yen. Things were getting more and more confusing. This couple was really boring, not as interesting as the arrogant wife. The moon is really brainless. The Ru-yen has no mouth. The more I look, the angrier I get. I am also very angry. Scratching the dirty hand of the moon is really brainless. There is still time. Right when the moon is really brainless, he notices the cat-shaped pendant in my hand.
There's a bank card on the desk in the bedroom. There's 5 million in it. The password is your birthday. Take it and go. I can't afford to keep you anymore. This was the first time I heard his voice sound so helpless. Even at his lowest, he still made sure I had a way out. He really was a good person. So my voice became firm. No. If you can't support me anymore, then I'll support you. The moment I said that, the look in his eyes changed. Complicated, emotional, and something else I couldn't name. Today is our 5th wedding anniversary. I have prepared a gift for you. The wind on the rooftop suddenly blew strongly, causing his body to sway. After a long while, the man asked in disbelief, You really prepared a gift for me? 5 years of marriage. The ungrateful man had given me countless gifts, but this was the first time I heard that I had prepared a gift for him. I sincerely reached out my hand to him. Yes. Can we go home? He hesitated, and finally put his hand on mine. The comments immediately exploded. No way! Why does the supporting female character keep taking away the female lead's role? I didn't pay attention to the commotion of comments. I dragged the ungrateful man straight into the bedroom. But when the ungrateful man looked at the gift I took out, his expression was doubtful, and he said seriously, It seems a bit small. Then he pretended to be miserable and said, Size 2 plus no return. There's no other way, I'll just let you wear it. The ungrateful man was so angry that he lost his smile. He turned around without hesitation and went out to the terrace again. I didn't have time to react. The person had disappeared around the corner. I was so angry that my legs grew thick and I screamed, Ungrateful man, you're a stingy man. The ungrateful man's magnetic voice echoed from the terrace. The phone was always left on there. I'll take it back. Before this dress, the ungrateful man had to bear an additional $20,000 debt. To maintain his life, he could only deliver food. But no matter how busy he was, he would still come home at noon to cook for me. Looking at the man in the uniform, tired and sweating, I couldn't help but sigh. Who would have thought that 10 days ago he was still the financial tycoon with hundreds of billions of assets? The market room was cramped. The total area was not even as big as the previous deputy's bathroom. I curled up on the sofa and ate the watermelon he had cut. I glanced at the 80 million balance in the bank account on my phone. These were all the pocket money the trader had given me over the years. There were also handbags and branded jewelry that filled half the market room. At least 200 million. Ha! I looked at the trader with a bit of a wild mouse. I discovered that he had taken off his shirt at some point. The upper half of his body was covered in a pink floral apron. Broad shoulders and a slim waist, like a male demon. I kicked my feet on the tea table in excitement, digging up and shouting. The trader heard the noise and quickly ran over. The smell of the gunboat carefully massaged my feet. You don't have to suffer with me.